I feel like that whole grind and that whole process is definitely something that I just stay addicted to. I grew up in a place called Macclesfield where we was lucky enough to have multiple skate parks in the area. We're super local to Manchester. Growing up, I had such a good community of cyclists around me, mainly BMXers because that's my background. I was always the young one that hung out with the older kids and drawing inspiration for them to just try tricks without actually knowing what I was getting myself into. This morning's session, we're in the fields that was next to my old school where I used to spend so many days bunking up and riding this place. The local kids in the community have came together and rebuilt it after such a long time of not having it. So every morning I can just get up and just hit some dirt jumps that's super local to my house. This is like how I like to get my morning started most days. Scare myself a bit, then just go into a chill day and make whatever content comes into my head on the day, really. Whilst I was at university, I had that itch to always ride, and seeing the kids going around on their wheelie bikes was like really inspiring for me. There was just something about the shape of a mountain bike that I really wanted to try, and yeah, the rest is history. Like, I became so addicted. There's nothing more that I think about every day. It's just bikes, bikes, bikes. Going to university and studying media and photography, I feel like that was also, it was always going to happen that I would be a content creator over a racer or anything else. I just love the aspect of filming myself and looking back at it and being able to progress based off a video, but also having a creative flair to it, learning your angles, learning like the cut points, learning like where the peak is in a photo or taking a photo of bike, and it just became an addiction to me. Farmer John has such a massive impact on my career. He's not only let me coach on his land for free, he also just lets me ride the place as and when I want. It is kind of like a second home for me. It's definitely where I became a mountain biker. I've been shooting photos with you for so long, and it's so cool having a photographer that you know so well, because we'll just go back and forth until we get that perfect photo. At the bike park, we was coaching Blake, and his brother Leo was coming in to join here and there. But Blake, he was just brushing up on his jumping, trying to get that friendly competition with his brother just to get that little edge on him. But yeah, he's got a long way to go. Start pedaling in between. It'll change the shape of your jumping. Go on then. Oh, you left me hanging. Go on. It's so rewarding for me seeing a child that I saw grow up now. And it's going from like when he couldn't really ride a bike to now he's getting to that level where he's super good at jumping, and he's only so small, but the way that he whips around the bike, it's super impressive. Head over to the other side of the bike park to some bigger jumps. Oh, he always leaves me hanging. I feel like coaching is something that I dip and dive into, but it's something that I'll never leave behind just because it keeps me on the ground with the kids. And yeah, I draw just as much inspiration of them as they do from me. It's kind of a weird dynamic because sometimes they look up to me, but I actually look up to them the same way that they probably look up to me. And I hope that one day I'll be a fan of them in reverse of them being a fan of me. Yeah, boy!
to the sky, never let them know. Only thought you should know. Hands held high, raise them up to the sky.
When someone asks what I do for a job, I don't really have like a straight answer. Mainly I would just say that I'm a cyclist, and I say cyclist because I ride so many different types of bikes. I chop and change so much that I'm never going to say that I'm a professional at any, because I'm skilled, but I'm not like a top pro athlete. I have my chill side going out on the gravel bike. It's the speed element, the adrenaline rush that comes from the road, then you flip that around and it's like all your skill from riding a mountain bike translates to a gravel bike, riding a rocky garden and going in and out. I can be in nature, I can be on my own. Riding my dirt jumper, it's like I've always got to be alert, I've always got to be switched on. It's like a mental battle, but it's between me and the bike, and the way I ride my dirt jumper is like I am my only competition. My trail bike and my jib bike, it's hard to explain when so many of my friends ride trail bike. There's just something to add into the mix, and there's nothing better than riding through a woods with your friends and doing party laps. So having a trail bike, being in the forest, it's just such a nice split from my day-to-day life off the bike, because being in Manchester is just hectic. It's like the city that never sleeps. It's always moving, something's always changing, and there's so many artists and creatives that I can like mix with, network with, and that is so good for me as a content creator. Just being in the city is so inspiring to push myself to do better and try new things, and I feel like Manchester's a city that doesn't judge people, so there's so many different things I can try without being judged. So it's like, it really is like living in your own bubble, and when you're walking around the city, you see so many people walking around and thinking, yeah, just doing their own thing, going about their day, so I should take the pressure off myself and just go about mine as well. We've tried to show such a different side to Manchester, because if you just typed it on the internet, you'd just see big buildings, but really there's so much to ride here, and there's such a great community of cyclists from north to south to east to west Manchester. My influence for cycling comes from quite a weird place. I've always been inspired by everything but cycling, because I work with a lot of musicians, shoot a lot of content for musicians, and that kind of layers over to what I do because I get to learn their side of it. And with me, if I have an idea of what I want to do with a bike, it always starts with a song. The beat of the music that I listen to kind of matches the way that I ride. That kind of shapes the next move of what I do in terms of content creation. So there's 3 different ways of how I plan all my content. If I'm working with my videographer Noah, we always like do a super strategic plan of how we're gonna shoot it, what locations we're gonna go to, even down to what color grade we're gonna use, what's the sky gonna look like. Then if I'm just shooting iPhone content, which is just quick and snappy, then nothing's really planned. Whereas shooting photography, I always have a camera in my bag, so there's like nothing that's ever planned. It's always, we find a spot, is the lighting good, is it not, then we get the shot. So they're the 3 different ways that I create content mainly. Working with British Cycling in Wales, that was like something that I do quite often. British Cycling offers such a professional level of work to me as a content creator. They're used to working with top athletes from the Olympics, and yeah, having that outlet where I can produce content with them but also be shown through their channels is pretty cool. This morning we took a trip over to Cody Brennan, which is in Wales, and we're just doing a media day for British Cycling. Thought we'd get a few laps in just before we start filming.
being safe, my baby. Really, I could give a fuck like who of us I'm really playing, baby. Now this liquor got me pacing, this liquor got me fucked up. I love the way you dancing, but we don't even talk now. Now we really racing, never wanna run now.
The shoot was for a project to get the story out of coaching and what impact coaching actually has in the public.
They just can't relate. Say that you can see right through me, but you're the one who's fake. Baby, I see what you're doing, but that just ain't no way. Now your life is like a movie, top down in LA. And you switching on your old friends, they just can't relate. Say that you can see right through me, but you're the one who's fake.
Off camera, unless I'm around my friends, I'm the most anxious person. The only way I feel like I can be myself though is on two wheels. And I think I need to push the message that Lando Steezy is definitely a heightened version of myself. Day to day, I'm Leo Smith, just a normal guy. I live such a normal life, which Instagram never gets to see. And yeah, I feel like once the camera's off, I'm such a shy person, unless I know you. Inside, like, I crumble when people come up to me, but I do put on a good face, so that is the other side to being an influencer that, yeah, you don't really get to see as much. The best opportunity that biking's offered me is definitely seeing the world. Meeting new cultures and people who live life totally different to an Englishman. Being a content creator in mountain biking is literally like gambling. You don't know what's going to come next month. You've just got to gamble on your skill and gamble that your ideas are better than someone else's. Not every no is a no. It's a maybe. There's always going to be someone out there that really likes the idea that you created. So you've just got to keep rolling with it. And like I say with gambling, it literally is, you just do not know what's around the corner, so you've just got to keep trying everything. And I feel like so many people who have given up on their dreams always just quit a day before the dream could have came true. If you believe in yourself and believe in your craft, you're always going to come through and win. And I feel like that whole grind and that whole process is definitely something that I just stay addicted to. And I feel that will never leave me for as long as I live.